All right. Question of the week. This time I got
Hit me.
something for you.
Okay, hit me.
So let me go ahead and set the stage for you.
Oh,
Truck Coon has just knocked you the fuck out. So you know.
yeah.
So you're dead now, and you're sitting in front of your goddess, and she has laid out this mat of all the different weapons that you have seen your whole life in different types of
hmm
media, whether it be anime, pop culture, all the weapons you've seen that she could pull from your memory. But she tells you you can only choose three of these items from what's ahead of you. What three items are you taking with you into the new world, and why?
So I'm assuming I'm like going Adventure Guild
Yeah,
style
yeah. This
dungeons
this
and
is an
shit like that.
isekai. You are in a completely new world. Adventure guild, dragons, magic, all that shit.
Do I get to have the weapon has a power? Do I get to keep have the power of the weapon? Not me. So like say like I'm not like I know I'm probably gonna be powerful because this is my isekai, but like if the
Uh,
weapon itself has a specific power attached to it, can I use that power?
if having the weapon is a prerequisite to
Yeah.
use that power, then yes.
Okay.
If you have that weapon, you can use the power.
Okay.
But
Um.
this is something that you do have to be able to keep on your person. So you can't just like call
Right.
up the some spaceship to shoot down an orbital laser. You know what I mean? So no,
Just
no
okay.
orbital lasers.
Okay. But I'm assuming I have to carry one at all times, and the other two can be like in a magical bag or some shit, and I just have to like pull them out.
Thinking
If I'm
size
choosing three, I
wise,
can't carry three of them.
I mean, Zoro carries three
Yeah,
weapons.
but the ones I'm thinking
Just
of, I'm
just to
not
be
carrying
fair,
them.
you can pull them out of your magic pouch when you use them.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's not. Yeah, you can pull them out of your magic pouch. No
Yeah.
no
But I,
no limitations. If you want to use them
okay.
together in some type of conjunction, you can do that as
Okay.
well.
So the first one I got
Okay, let's hear it.
is probably gonna be. So you know me, I'm a big like executioner sword style person.
Yeah.
Executioner sword is the sword that doesn't have a point. It has the flat top to it. It has a flat top to it, and they're pretty. Most of them are pretty big. My first one, I love, and I've been trying to get somebody to make this like actual make it. There's like custom sword shops that make swords, and they haven't responded yet. But it's gonna be Marias's executioner sword from Elden Ring. So the
Okay.
sword, you know, the one that like they throw and push, and it does the like
I
it like
died. I
drills, and then
died
you
enough
pull it back.
times. It's okay. You don't have to explain it.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Mariah's Executioner sword is definitely going to be one of my top swords I want to pick because that's one of my just favorite swords,
One
and I
of the
think it's
favorite
dope.
executioners.
Yeah.
Is Guts sword execution blade too?
No, it technically is, but the a key aspect of an executioner sword is the flat top because it's only designed to behead people, like executions. It's not designed to cut or chop or
Gotcha.
not cut, but like it's not designed to like stab.
Yeah.
But just like old boys, so it's pretty much the same as the new show that's out right now. What's it called?
I pair everything.
I
I was
parry
just gonna ask
everything.
you that.
His sword is an executioner sword. It has that flat top to it, but you can still fuck people up with
You
it.
can also scrape out drains too.
You know, just this is perfect. You know,
All right, number
um,
two.
this is gonna be only because it's more recent. That's probably why I thought about it. But probably because I'm not gonna choose like I'd choose like a gun. But like if I'm going to adventure world, I'm assuming I'll put a limitation on myself. Like nothing that's just a gun. Like I can't just bring my Glock in there because unless I'm OP to the point where I can like buy ammunition. You know what I'm saying? Like what
Uh,
is it? Old Saito? What is it? Handyman Saito? Was he the one with the revolver?
you talking about
Was it Handyman Saito?
no, I think the one every time he killed a monster and he was able to get bullets from the monster. I think that
It
was
was
like the
something like
one he was
I
I
thought
was
it was
level
Handyman
zero,
Saito.
something like that. I don't know, but no, I know what you're talking about. Being able to
Yeah, but
replenish those bullets.
I'm not gonna just get a gun. Like I think that's just
I
ridiculous.
don't know.
But
You got the one smartphone joint where he was able to like have a little gun.
yeah. But we'd have to dig deep in what kind of isekai I'm going into, what my
Yeah.
skill is. I'm not gonna do that. So just out of like swords and stuff like that, my next one would probably be the knight sword with the gun attachment on it from Why Does Nobody Remember Me in This World? So the new anime from this season where he is pretty much fighting the demons, the celestials, and but he has the sword, but it
Yeah.
has a gun attachment, and each of those bullets has like a fucking power to it, like an incendiary tip, a
Uh,
fucking celestial bullet, like a it has like different types of bullets. Now in the show we haven't gotten to like how he's gonna get more of those bullets, but I think they kind of went away from that because he now has the key to the universe. He has that sword from the Excalibur or whatever
Yeah,
the fuck
like
it
the
is.
hero's sword. He's now
Yeah,
he's just
yeah,
spamming that now.
he's now using that. So I think, you know, I don't know how he'd get more of those bullets. So that'd probably, but if I could get more of those like specialty bullets, that would probably be one of the swords. Now the next one, oh, I've always wanted one of these, but this would be impossible, and I need to be a billionaire to build it. The sword from God Eater. Did you ever watch God Eater?
Yeah, but I'm not thinking of.
So each one of them has a different sword. The main character's God Eater sword. It's like giant. It looks like a Gundam sword, and it like
Yeah.
they're real. Like they're organisms that are actually like real. They get them from the monsters that they kill. They turn them into swords, kind of like a Kagune from Tokyo Ghoul, where they turn them into
Yeah, that's what
weapons.
I'm thinking of. But
Yeah,
which?
but they're massive swords, and they also can turn into like think of Kaiju number 8. You remember when his girl was up on the roof with the giant laser cannon, and he's
Yeah.
like, that's his sword can turn into that. But he can also use like they are enhanced, so those people are enhanced to where they can wield that giant sword around, and it like attaches to them because it's organic, right? It like feeds off of you and you feed off of it. It's kind of like a symbiotic relationship. But that sword is like absolutely OP. Like it's OP as fuck. And they create them specifically for you.
It turns into a
Like,
laser cannon. Of course, it's
yeah,
OP. What type
yeah,
of sword
yeah,
turns into a laser cannon?
yeah. So that would probably be another one. An honorable mention though, a fucking lightsaber.
I mean, it's a simple.
A fucking,
It's simple.
a
You
fucking
cut anything
lightsaber.
up you need. I
I
mean,
mean, hell,
do you need
fucking
force to use the
Kaneki.
lightsaber?
No, I
I'm
mean,
not great with the lore.
so yes and no. They've kind of retconned that idea. The ability to turn your lightsaber on without pressing the button is an ability that's seen a lot in the older movies.
Okay.
So like they can like throw their lightsaber up and like it'll turn on, or like when they grab it, they turn it on with the force. They don't usually press a button to turn it on. But you can. Like
Yeah.
they've also shown scenes where they have touched a button to turn it on. But it was more, I think it was more retconned recently. I don't know why.
I like
But I
the
mean,
old shit where they just went. They don't even like
yeah,
press the button.
yeah.
Like they just force it to come out. That shit used to be
Yeah,
fire.
like there's ways, and like most of them control their lightsaber. So like there's been a couple scenes, especially in um what is it called? It's on Disney Plus. It's called Star Wars. It's like where each episode is a different
Star
animation,
Wars
different.
Legends
No, not Legends.
or
Legends is like
Mirages, Visions, Star Wars Visions. Yeah.
Visions, yeah. Where he used a lightsaber and then with the force stopped it halfway and then made it go even longer. Like it was like a whole he was able to manipulate his blade with the force. So like yes and no. But I mean, me being an adventurer, if I'm like say a rank when I get there, or like I'm OP or whatever, I'll be able to manipulate lightsaber however the fuck I want.
I
It's a
got you. I
fucking
got you.
lightsaber.
Well, I
So
do have an honorable mention. Something
okay.
actually came to mind from your last choice. So if I could choose any weapon, I'm gonna go ahead and choose the shield, the legendary holy weapon, the shield from Rising of the Shield Hero.
Okay, I was about to say which because there's Bofuri got a good shield too.
I
So
mean, yeah, she got a good shield. And
Mary,
it's kind of the same
Mary.
concept, but if you follow the series, you end up finding out that because of the shield and how it's able to level up, skill up, become even more powerful, and gain even more abilities, he essentially at some point reaches goddom, where he becomes a god. He's that powerful and
Yeah,
immortal. No one can touch him. So the shield, as you've seen from the anime, it's pretty OP. It can turn to pretty
yeah.
much anything. So
I
I'm gonna go with the
started
shield.
like when I was thinking when you asked me a question, I started to think about the shield from Mary's shield from Bofuri or whatever. But I was like, I've been in most MMORPGs that I've played and other like role playing games that I've played with teams. I've always been a tank, like been a shield or a tank. That's just my play style. And I mean, look at me. But like, I was like, I'm not really digging a shield. You can still be a tank with a giant sword. That's the point. You deal heavy damage. You're not really fast, but you deal heavy damage. You're like really durable,
Yeah.
resilient. But I've never really liked the shield. Now, how they do it in Shield Hero and how they do it in Max Defense, like those two animes, it's beautifully done. Don't get me wrong. Like they're broken as fuck, but I'm just not a shield person.
Absolutely.
You know?
I'm not usually a shield
Maybe-
person either. I would probably grab a katana, some type of sword, some type of gun. But no, those are way too OP to say, nah, I gotta grab this one.
I'll get Mary's shield and the lightsaber. Oh, it's a wrap. it's a wrap after that. It's a whole wrap.
No, the lightsaber cheating. The lightsaber can cut through anything. Lightsaber cheating.
All right. There's like a licked spirit I see in the dungeon, and it like swings its giant malice hammer at me, and I just like it just cuts the shit in half. They're just like, what? This was a legendary hammer forged by the gods. I'm like, fucking lightsaber, bro. I don't know. Cuts through everything.
You gotta choose a new weapon. You can't choose that one.
Old boy, and what was that show where he chose to pick the goddess to come?